What is going on, guys? Eubank here, coming at you with another YouTube video today. We're hitting a lift at Gold's Gym. Technically, this is the first day of my lean bulk, so this isn't going to be, I'm doing a lean bulk series. I'm not going to technically count this as the first lean bulk episode, but stay tuned for that coming up. I'm going to be working on my strength a bunch, really going to try to push my physique to its natural limits, and I'll show you guys exactly how I'm doing that. So today we're training a chest day today. I'm probably going to do a little bit of shoulders. My split is different. I'm doing a 7-day custom split. So the first day is chest, second day is shoulders, or second day is back and shoulders, third day is arms, then legs, then back and shoulders, then arms, then legs, and repeat. So I only do chest once a week, but I'm hitting my weak points twice a week because my chest is my best body part. So today we're doing chest. We'll get into it, and then stay tuned for the end of this video, end of this workout, where I'll talk about some more personal things just to help you guys out. So let's get it. All right, so we're starting off with flat bench. Usually I do like incline or dumbbell, but this bulk, I really want to like emphasize my strength a little bit. I'm curious what I can get it to, as I've never focused on building my strength up at all. So I think my 1 rep max is like 275 for bench. I'm pretty sure, I'm very confident I can get it to 315 within the next like 5 months or so. So we're gonna work our way up. We'll see what we get today. Maybe we'll do 1 rep max again for fun. I won't be doing that every single chest day. I'm only training chest again once a week. So when I do hit chest, I'll make sure I'm focused on strength. At a lot of heavier weights. So yeah, let's get into it.
Sometimes I'm selfish, get jealous. I feel a little helpless. My whole world has shifted again. You made a promise, I kept it. Now I'm second guessing.
Never go like this low in rep ranges, but I'm trying to make myself stronger. So we'll do like 5 reps and see what I can get. I think it's shit really bad though. Like dumb bad. I'm gonna hold it in though. We're gonna hold it. I don't want to risk it because I'm gonna need you, I think. My lockout's kind of ass. I'm scared if I can't get it.
Yo, one more. Yo.
All right, so we're doing some more hypertrophy based stuff here. So pec deck. Because I pull my shoulder, I can't get big as a stretch I want to, but I still get really good traction on these. I love doing them sometimes. So we'll do about 4 sets. Last set we'll do like a huge triple drop set, really bump up the intensity. Rep range 10, a little around 10, give or take a few reps. We're going to muscular failure pretty much.
Now that your things are gone, what have I done? Was everything worth this? I guess I deserve this. I do run wherever I'm headed. I guess I'm still learning how to.
right, so this chest machine is one of my all-time favorites. When I used to work out at Lifetime, I did this every chest workout. So I do a shorter range of motion. So what I'm gonna do here is I grab both of these cables, right? And I'll do it with one arm first. There's one direct line of motion I go through. So I keep my shoulder pinched kind of. It's almost forward. And doing this alone, I feel a big stretch in my outer pec. And what I'm gonna do is directly along the line of my elbow to where the cable is, I'm going to push. So I don't go out, I push directly in the line with my elbow to my wrist, in, and I get a crazy ass contraction all throughout my chest, all through here. So it's low, it's a shorter range of motion, and it's almost like doing a dip. So I'm gonna do it here with both these at the same time. And to make sure I get a better contraction, I'm gonna go like here. I'm gonna switch going over one over the other to get a better contraction, so. So my chest is definitely burnt out. I always finish off with dips, but that is it for the chest portion of the workout. Usually I would end it at this, but I do want to get a little bit more training done, so I'll probably do a little bit of touch-ups on shoulders, triceps or something, a little more lagging body parts, probably triceps for a few sets. So I'll show you guys that. So yeah, so we finished the workout. I'm back home now. I got some Qdoba. It's gonna be my post workout. I'm not gonna get into the specifics of my bulk right now. That's gonna be for the next YouTube video. So if you want to see that, stay tuned. I'm gonna do a whole bulking series. Take you guys with me. It is gonna be my last bulk, like full send bulk as a natty. Not that I'm going on natty, but I'm gonna like see what I can put on naturally to try to reach my genetic limit. I'm gonna train hard, be on top of my nutrition for the first time. I've never really been on top of my nutrition. I've always been really good with training in the past, bulking, but I never like did progress. I never tracked my weight. I kind of just trained hard. I didn't really track nutrition, so this is gonna be the first time I do that. So I'm curious to see how many improvements we can make. But yeah, so I'm gonna go eat, relax a little bit, and then I have a second part of this video. I'm gonna talk about some religious stuff. Yeah, see you guys in a little bit. This is at the end of the video when it comes to the fitness aspect. For the rest of this video and remainder of it, I'm going to be talking about faith and why I'm a Christian. Again, if you are not Christian, if you are Jewish, if you're a Muslim, if you are Hindu, anything, Buddhist, I still love you and I hope you still support me. Me doing this is me showing love, because given what I believe, I'm called to do this to people who don't. I'm called to proclaim this, basically. And if I wasn't doing this, it's me not loving you. So I love you and I hope you still support me for even when I do this. If you don't even want to watch it, just end the video here. But if you want to learn a little bit more about this stuff and you're a little bit more open-minded, definitely give the rest of this video a watch. Love you guys, God bless, and have a great day. I'm debating whether or not I need to make a podcast of some sort, because when I go live on my Instagram and stuff and some of you guys join, I have so many things that I would love to talk about and to help with the younger generation people who follow me, but and give you advice and help you out and help you to be woke, and it's hard to in the amount of time that I'm given, especially with restraints when it comes to censorship, how much I can go into detail. So I'm putting part of it, I guess, in this video for the main topic, which is basically my faith, why I am a Christian, why I am logically a Christian, not just one who was raised up in a Christian family and was almost forced to do the traditions, and that's why I call myself a Christian. I'm a Christian by choice and through ways of logic on my journey that have come to the conclusion that Christianity is the one true world religion, and that's why I follow it. Let me know down below if you want me to do a podcast. I would need to find a buddy to do it with, because you can't really do a solo podcast, but maybe we could do that. I would love to talk about the educational system, talk about the state of the world. I'd love to talk about Afghanistan, COVID, different topics. I would love to give my insight and my opinion on. Again, it's my own personal opinion on all these things that I talk about. If you have a different one, do not hate me for it. That's a great thing about America, is that we can have our own differing opinions, and we should be able to preach them and back them up with logic, as well as reasoning, as well as evidence. And that's how you should force and push your opinions, if anything. And then we should have a dialogue. If you have a different opinion and you give your evidence and your logic back to me, and then we converse back and forth. That's how dialogue should go. It It shouldn't be, you have a different opinion than me, I'm gonna hate you, and anything you say is wrong. No, we need to be open to discussion. And that's one of the things that has honestly helped push me into Christianity, is because, yeah, I grew up in a Christian like household, but it wasn't the surface level. There's a big difference in Christianity. Like, you can be on a surface level Christian, meaning you go to church every once in a while, or you can be deep into Christianity, meaning like you repent, you follow after the Spirit, and you completely feel renewed. There's a whole difference between being called a Christian versus being a follower of Christ. That's the difference. But this video is mainly just going to talk about, why am I, Alex Eubank, a Christian, a follower of Christ? Now, I've struggled. If you haven't seen my life story video, I think it's my pinned video on my YouTube channel. I definitely recommend watching that first if you want to know my backstory a bit, and the whole emotional, the whole anxiety, depression part of it, bringing me into faith in the first place. But yeah, the Christianity was the first thing I was looking at. Now, I'm really big into logic and reasoning as a human being, and so that kind of brought me to looking into apologetics, the defense of the Christian faith. I used to watch atheists debate Christians. I used to watch Muslims debate Christians and all this stuff. I looked a little bit into stuff of the Quran and the Hadith versus the Bible, and the evidence for the Bible, the validity of the Bible, the resurrection of Christ, who Jesus of Nazareth was historically, the claims of Jesus, the bunch of stuff. You literally can get so deep into it, and this is why I ask a lot of people who aren't followers of Christ yet, or Christians, is if Christianity was 100% true, would you be a Christian? Okay, now if you say yes to that, like any logical person would, okay, you owe it to yourself to look into Christianity and its claims. Now, if you want to go quick and go for the throat of Christianity, well, all you have to do to see if it's wrong or not is disprove the resurrection of Christ or find invalid claims that Jesus has made. So basically, if Jesus Christ did not rise from the dead, okay, then we are all still dead in our sins, and Christianity is fake. It even talks about that in the New Testament. Paul even says that. Now, how do we look back to see if Jesus was resurrected from the dead? Now, I highly recommend, before you have any differing opinions, that you go watch The Case for Christ. It was a best-selling novel of a true story of an atheist father who was trying to disprove Christianity by disproving the resurrection, and along with his trying to disprove it while talking to professionals and everything, he came along to the conclusion that it was true, and he actually is a Christian now. He came to the conclusion that it takes as much faith to be an atheist or a non-believer, the same amount of faith to be a Christian. Okay, so both sides take faith because there can be evidence for both sides. There's evidence to be a Christian. It's not just a blind leap of faith. That's not at all what it is. And this is what I'm telling you. Go watch The Case for Christ, and you'll see the amount of evidence that supports that Christ actually resurrected from the dead. So this is my personal way of why I needed to know certain things to become a full Christian, because I was a Christian, but I still had my doubts. So that's why I went on this journey to try to prove it a little bit more, to prove myself. Therefore, I felt more validity to my claims. That's not a bad thing. If you feel like you're a Christian and you have all these doubts, that's not a bad thing at all. You should go search for truth, and that's what I was doing. So basically, my thought process was this. Now, if there was a man named Jesus, okay, Jesus of Nazareth, and if he claimed to be God, okay, he claimed that he was going to die and rise again, and if he died on the cross, and it was shown that he actually died on the cross, and if people saw him 3 days later, people stated and put into accounts that they saw him after he died on the cross, that gives me a lot of reason to believe that he was who he said he was, okay? If he said that was going to happen and a man literally comes back to life, I'm like, okay, you must be God, okay? So that was my logic. So the same way, this is what I tell people, the same way you can prove and show throughout history what happens in history, like, oh, Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. How do we know that? Through primary and secondary resources. I wasn't there to physically see the event, but you can go through and find different documents, newspaper articles, different diaries, and all this stuff to kind of put together the puzzle pieces to find what the overall story was. And the more evidence and the more claims you have from different sources saying the same thing, the more validity, the more valid that idea of what happened that actually happened. So same thing you can do with the death of Christ. So that's why I definitely recommend to watch The Case for Christ, because it will answer a ton of those questions, show you a ton of validity for the claims, and that really helped kind of seal my faith a little bit more. Another thing that kind of did it for me was this, is that back when Jesus was teaching and doing all this stuff and when he was alive here on earth, all of his followers and people who believed in him as well as him were being, they were trying to be silenced. People were trying to silence him, the Pharisees and all that, because they thought that Jesus and his followers were threatening the Quran, were threatening the rule of Rome, all this different stuff basically. So they were being kind of targeted, and that's why they killed Jesus, is because he was claiming divinity and he was claiming these certain things, and they saw it as dangerous to the movement, what the Old Testament was claiming to do, and what the Romans were having all this rule, and they were scared of it basically, so they killed him on the cross. That's why they kind of did it. This is me personally. If I was a follower of Christ, okay, and if I was in this time period and I was following a man named Jesus, and he was saying that, oh, he was going to die and rise again and all this stuff, and I'd probably be thinking like, oh, you're crazy. Like, I mean, I understand I'm following you and I believe that you could be God, but the fact that you're saying you're going to die and come back to life, I've never heard of that before. This is what my logic would be if I was living in this time period following Christ. And I know that I'm getting targeted, and I'm trying to get people trying to kill me as being a follower for Christ. And I see them take Jesus, put him up on the cross, and kill him. And I know that I'm probably next because I'm a follower of Christ. They're trying to target and silence me just as much as they did him because I'm a follower of him. I would probably go into hiding, okay? I would go into hiding like they pretty much all did during the 3 days that Jesus was in the tomb. And now when he came back to life, what happened? The book of Acts, you can easily see this. You can easily see this throughout history, that Christianity blew up throughout the Middle East and spread throughout the whole world, the good news, proclaiming the gospel and everything. This is my thing. If I was one of those disciples proclaiming to the world Christianity was true, I would only do that if I saw Jesus back from the dead. Because if I didn't see him back from the dead, that would mean that he was false, he was a false teacher, and he lied, and I knew that I'm being targeted and going to be killed. I would go into hiding for the rest of my entire life, hoping and denouncing Christ, hoping that I would be saved for the rest of my life, realizing that, oh, I followed a fake person, right? But if I saw him rise from the dead, that would give me any and every reason to go proclaim the gospel as he would teach me back then and tell me to do to all of the nations. And that's exactly what happened. Christianity would have died at the cross if Jesus was not resurrected. That's what I personally believe. Now, those are my two logical things. Also, they can be backed up with evidence if you look into, like I said, the different historical documents. Watch The Case for Christ. Highly recommend it. But yeah, so I hope this doesn't turn away any of my other followers who are not sharing part in my religion. If they're Muslim, if they're Buddhist, if they're Hindu, if they're atheist, if they're agnostic, I hope that we all can still choose to love each other, because all we want in this world as humans is we want to find truth. And if somebody has truth, okay, truth, death, life, the meaning of life, where we're going after we die, if someone has that ultimate truth, I would want them to proclaim it to me. I believe that I found that truth, so therefore I'm going to proclaim it to the world. I'm not denouncing any other religion at all. I'm just telling you that based on what I believe, okay, I believe Jesus is the way to heaven. He says, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. So therefore, it's my job as a Christian to proclaim that that's what I believe. And by me telling you this is me loving you, regardless of if you're a Christian or not. Because if I didn't tell you this stuff, then that means I'm okay with you not being with God in the afterlife. And I don't want that. So obviously I'm going to tell you about this. So that's what's the issue with a lot of Christians these days, is they're afraid to proclaim their faith out of being judged or out of people hating them. And that's the opposite thing that you're called to do. As a Christian, you're called to spread the word. And by telling people about how they can get to heaven, you're loving them, because that's what your belief is, okay? So by not telling them, you're basically in the back of your mind being okay with them going to be without Christ in the or without God in the afterlife. So I hope that made sense, and I really felt like God put it on my heart to do this video. Even if it touches one person, okay, if it touches one kid and it saves them or brings them to Christ, then this video was worth it. So thank you guys for watching it. Again, if you want to keep up to date with my new bulk series coming out, make sure you subscribe, turn the bell notification on. We're starting that. The goal right now, I'm weighing around 171 pounds. The goal is to get to 185, 190. I plan on doing a lean bulk, slowly increasing my calories over time. I'm going to go into detail exactly how I'm doing it in the next video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. A little bit different, obviously. I'm talking about a little bit more personal things, which shouldn't be personal. It's just, this is who I am. You know, I feel like God brought me here for a reason, gave me a platform for a reason, so I'm going to use it for that reason. I hope you guys respect it, regardless if you agree with me or not. If you don't agree, let me know down below in the comments why, and we could have a good discussion. But I highly recommend, if you have any questions or if you're against me right now, to go watch The Case for Christ. Maybe that'll clear things up. But yeah, love you guys. I wish the whole world could be like this. Like, I wish there was some Muslim fitness influencer right now who could do the same exact thing I'm doing right here, and then we could have talks to find what truth is. Because again, we're all searching for truth. What is the one true world religion? What is right? What is wrong in this world? So yeah, so this is just my logical, I wouldn't even call it arguments, my logical experiences for why I believe in Christianity. That doesn't have to do with the faith part of it. If we were to get more into the historical parts, again, watch The Case for Christ. We could talk about the whole moral law argument for why morality is a key example of God, why aesthetics, beauty is a clear sign of God, which with usually non-believer or atheists can't really explain moral law or beauty or aesthetics in their terms, because there's no standard of beauty or moral law. So that's for another video. But yeah, as you guys can see, I'm very into this type of stuff. Like, other than lifting cars and gaming, one of the things I love talking about is faith and life, the meaning to life and all that stuff. So I'm very, like, I get pumped up about it because it's very interesting to me, and I hope some of you guys enjoy it or learn something from me doing and explaining stuff like this. And again, if you have any different viewpoints, please let me know down below, because I'm always still trying to learn about stuff. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this YouTube video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Turn the bell notification on. Bulking series coming soon. Love you guys. God bless. Have a great day. Peace out.